Hola, buenos noches, and welcome to Ero F1 Season 10, Round 4, and we are in España. And sadly, it's sunny, so no drama in qualifying, but it might rain in the race, who knows. We're going to have some fun watching the greatest tier in league racing history go at it. If you can hear the tannoy man, it says keep an eye out for action at turn 1. I certainly agree with that one, especially with drivers like Suckle and Matthew Wrongson, who is first out the pits. So we'll watch his outlap and see what happens. I think his best result in Ero, it's only his 4th race, but his best result was P7. And I'm not sure he's got through a race without getting a penalty point yet. But that could be just an assumption of mine. But it's probably a safe one. In other news, I think it's the earliest start ever for a Ero race, because everyone in this tier is a legend and are very punctual, and we always start on time, which is what everyone wants to see. Nobody has time to sit around waiting. Trying to get on with it, straight on with the action. As we see Matthew Wrongson round the final corner with this new layout, of course, in Spain this year. And he's going to try and set the first flying lap of the session. So right on board with him, they get a sense of the pace. Turn 1 brake just after the 100-metre board. Quick turn in, didn't quite hit the second apex. Is he closer to the third one? Well, a little bit closer as he approaches turn 3. Is this turn 4? I'm not sure. Matthew Wrongson feels like turn 4 is an overtaking spot, so I'm going to go with that as turn 4. Complete suicide if you try that, in my opinion. But that's F5. So he does have some traffic. He has directed everybody to take that little slit road we saw to the left, which obviously the car in front's completely ignored. And I don't disagree with that at all as we approach sector 3. There's some serious pace in this Haas. Tricky little section, can easily lose the rear anywhere in Spain, to be honest. As we're going to full throttle, not quite through the final corner, a bit of a lift. And he does a 112.9, almost a 113 for his first lap. We don't know yet if that's good or not, but Junaid, one of his arch nemesi, whatever that are. I forgot to speak, my word. Anyway, Junaid's provisional pole after a few people have set lap times. A man who will be hoping to bounce back is this man here, João Santos, who goes 4th with 112.9 as well. So the times aren't as good as I was expecting, to be honest. I expected a couple of people in the 11s, certainly by the end of qualifying. But yes, as I was saying, Villeneuve needs to bounce back from a few poor results. Not his best season so far. But at the minute, he's certainly done better than this man. The other Haas of Ringsrud, who I believe it's his debut race. So I think Matthew Wrongson is doing his own little technique there, and I would laugh my head off if he actually got in someone's way, to be honest. He's been banging on all day about how to avoid getting in people's way, and he's just gone completely across his teammate. You gotta laugh if you guys see the chat all day. This is how you should get out of people's way in quality. Don't block people. Don't block people. Blocks his teammate. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, his teammate has managed to put it P2 despite that. Sorry, despite that driving. Oh, you can have fun, haven't you? Oh, I'm crying. Anyway, everyone into the pits to recover from this quick start. Anyway, Wanny is back on his old account this week. He was on a different account last week and he did much better than normal. Controversial, anybody? Nobody really cares. Here he comes though. On his outlap, won't be pushing too hard on that, of course. And he'll have a clean track because everybody has done their first run and entered the pits. Coming out for another run or two. Short lap here, so you can probably do 3 runs if you really want to. But why waste a set of tyres? 2 rounds, the final corner. Massive lift from Wanny in the final corner. Actually, top speed about 200 miles an hour all down the straight. Just over with DRS open. Swings it into the first few corners. Well, we'll see a few spinners there for sure. Although Tim Liza's not racing this week, so that's one less potential Beyblade. Oh, Nico Hilterman's in. Fantastic, didn't even notice. He's just on starting his first outlap on a clearer track than he would have had if he went out at the same time as everyone. Could be a tactic. Quite smart. I personally like to get out there, get a banker lap in, and then I try and make it last over the line if I can. Sometimes it goes wrong and I look like a fool, but I do anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Here comes Wanny, purple sector 2. I'm going to try and cling onto the car through sector 3. Oh, not much braking into there. One little heavy stamp of the brakes and then nothing's gone wide. Surely an invalidation, guys. No. We're just seeing McLaren in front enter the pit lane. And Wanny crosses the line. And does a 113.2 despite a purple sector 2. So clearly that went wrong. Sokol very much down on his sector 1 time. So I don't think this will be his lap. Let's see. Through sector 2. If it'd be any better. No, 1.7 down on his fastest time. So Sarikaya, who's performed very well recently, is on a flyer. Pushing the limits of the track there. There's a car in front, but hopefully get out of his way. Whoa, he's not took that corner very well and he's invalidated. So, who's next? Oh, it's Bin Hu. Who's another arch nemesis of Matthew Wrongson. He's got quite a few nemesis. We're saying he's only had 3 races. He's also been having a go at Istvod, who's just taking a lap time now as well. So, I think they came together last race. So, yeah, 3 nemesis. Or nemesises. Nemesi. I'm going to have to Google that one later. I think Nemesis, but anyway, 3 in 3 races, pretty good going. Who will be added to the list this time has been who's put a pretty poor lap time in for himself. To be fair, I was expecting much better. To be honest, all these lap times are a lot slower than I would have expected. I was expecting the 11s, but clearly time trial and quali is must be quite different, I suppose. As Ringsrud, I think, was trying Wrongson's line as well. Oh, Mark's just lost it there. Keep it on the wall. Yes, he can. Well held. Further back, I think Stevie's had a problem. Is he out of fuel? Yeah, he's out of fuel. So Stevie plods around, currently P2. Junaid's impressed the past few races. I think it's his first season, Junaid, in Ero. He has impressed me. Sully pops up 112.4. Decent from him. Did do very well in F4 last week, actually, reserving. Got more points in F4 than he has F5, which is Pretty cool. Where's everyone now? A few drivers on track, varying run plans. Difficult to see. I think Sarakaya is on the outlap, so we'll not watch him. It's Rossi, the other McLaren that has just started a flyer. It's flying along nicely. Beautifully takes the apex. Whether it's fast or not, we don't know, but certainly the right lines. This man has no assists and is in cockpit cam as well. Very impressive stuff. I wish I had that skill, to be honest, or patience. I use automatic gears. I'm not really very good, to be honest. What on earth? I mean, that's not safer, surely. Surely that's not safer than just taking it normally. It's took the old chicane. Very questionable. Is this actually been dictated by stewards? I should probably check this out. Let's have a look. There's been no announcement. Yeah, so unknown as to whether that's the thing to do or not. I would suggest it's a terrible idea. But what do I know? I'm only a two-time Ero champion, but not that I would like to blow my own trumpet, but we will. F5 and F4, but still counts. Sokol is on a lap, marginally up on his Sector 2 time. He has gone purple in Sector 2, if Codemasters are to be believed, but sadly, Sokol has gone into the wall. We've come on to that at the right moment, and I'm sure he'll be pitting for a new front wing. He's done quite well to keep going there. Meanwhile, Tommy PLR, who is usually very, very quick, is currently P7, which is a little bit of a surprise, but again, it's quite close between sort of 3rd and 6th, 1.5 tenths. As he does now pop up, as you can see, to P4. Nico Hiltonen, one of my favourite drivers. He's here every week, definitely improving, usually last, but he's always here, likes to race with us, enjoys the challenge, and we enjoy having him. Probably one of the only Finnish drivers on the grid now, since the banning of Mr. Bean, which was a terrible day for Ero, to be honest. One of the worst, along with the banning of T-Rex. Very, very sad. We do miss those guys. If you're listening, get back. I'm sure Wodge will let you back in. I certainly would. Create tremendous content. Massive amount of memes, Mr. Bean. But we have a lot of meme makers in F5. As we watch Bastos, who probably isn't one of the meme makers in P17. Can improve on his lap time 1:13.4. Seems like he should be able to do that. So 1:12.9, still P17 though. Oh no, it's P11. I'm listening to Codemasters on the right, top right. No, P11 for Bastos as Ringsrud just goes through Sector 1, and we'll keep with him all the way to the end of the lap to see if he can improve. That's a tough corner. My former teammate Jacob Tucker, who's now in F1, described it as Narnia, because if you get it wrong, you go straight through the cupboard into the world of Narnia, because it sends you a long, long way. That's a good name, should be renamed. Oh, dodgy from Ringsrud there, almost lost the car. Looked like he was warming his tyres midway through that corner. So I think he's dropped off the pace significantly. Yeah. As he crossed the line Pretty awful time, 1:14.3. Villeneuve not on a hot lap really. I was going a bit slow, so I think he's run out of fuel. It's probably the end of his qualifying. Stevie could be a contender for pole. Has just gone purple in sector 1, so we will ride on board. As Junaid just crosses the line on his outlap, and we'll watch him closely after we've watched Stevie fly round, see if we can get pole. To be honest, my prediction for this race is Steve is going to win, but it's looking a lot closer than I thought. I've been trying to... Oh no, what's happened here? Was he stalled? Oh, he's run out of fuel. Surely not. I thought it was on a flying lap. Anyway, Sinead's gone past. Oh no, he hasn't. It's way down. Someone went by, but yeah, Stevie's gone wrong there. He's run out of fuel, probably boxing, so it won't be any better than at P2. As let's just watch this. This, by the way, is apparently what we should be doing to avoid cars. It's absolute nonsense. I mean, if you'd gone at the right pace there and considered the... I mean, we'll watch him through this. This will be funny. I know we'll miss Sinead's pole lap, but this will be well worth it, guys. I'm telling you now. Oh no, he's not done it. Is he going for another lap? Yeah, he's going for another lap. It's a shame because I wanted to see him go through the the old chicane into the pits, to be honest. But anyway, Sinead has sadly not improved, and I don't think he'll be able to improve with no ERS. Who else is on a lap? Quite a few outlaps. Who's on a flyer? So Cole's just got through some traffic on a fly. Abdelrahman's invalidated. Stevie retired to the pits. That's the end of his quali, as predicted. Istvod. He's on a lap, but not a good one. Rosset on a lap, but not a good one. Abdelrahman invalidated. Sokol. This man's on a lap, and he's gone purple in sector 2. Come on, man, we need this. Big sector 3. Big sector 3. He keeps going purple in sector 2, which suggests to me he's got very high downforce setup and is struggling on the straights, but it's all will be revealed in the race, I'm sure. Sokol round to the final corner. Can he get anywhere near pole position? It's pretty good. It's a 1:12.2. It's not bad at all. It's up to P4. Well done, Sokol. Very, very proud. I think Wani's next across the line. No, he's not. This is his teammate, but that's a good guess. As Ringswood's gone round again. Can he improve? Yes, he can. He goes up to P4. Oh, look how close and tight that is at the front. 1/10 separates the top 4. This qualifying is now over. Checkered flag is coming out for a lot of drivers. Sadly, Filippo's qualifying is over. He's invalidated. Next across the line will be CH Machine, another rapid driver. He is invalidated. We've seen him go over the line as Sully is next around the bend. What would CH Machine's time have been? A 1:12.6. It wouldn't have been any better. Sully around the final corner. And he jumps up to P5. Great stuff. Bastos now. No, it's not Bastos. Someone's binned it. Isfod's lost it. Can we see Isfod in the wall yet? Sarakaya does not improve on his time. Next across the line is one of the Ferraris. Neither of which have improved. Well, Mark's still on lap, so we'll give him a bit of credit. As Bastos now rounds the final corner, but I don't think he's improved either. No. Mark last across the line. Maybe. No improvement from Mark either. Abdelrahman stopped on track. He won't be improving. He's invalidated. And Sokol now across the line. Massively down on his time. 29 seconds worse. As Ringswood pits, so we'll be here for quite a while. And sadly, I missed him go through the final chicane. But maybe Abdelrahman will do that just for a laugh. Trying to get out of people's way. They're not on a lap, mate. Just pit. We'll do something. Anyway, that's the end of qualifying, so it's pretty close at the top, as I was saying. But yeah, another solid quali. Love it. So yeah, expecting more in the 111s. The only one man to do it is Junaid, so congratulations to him. Pole position, Stevie not far behind at all. I feel like there was time in Stevie's lap. But then he ran out of fuel. Sarikaya P3, impressive. The other Haas carrying the Haas team in P4. And I can't remember who else was where, so I'll have to wait for this to pop up. Here we go. Look how tight that is at the top. Love it. Absolutely love it. This is a brilliant tier in every possible way. So Villeneuve has managed to get in the top 10. Again, look very tight. 1/10 and plonks you up to P7. 1/10 down and you're down to P13. Villeneuve in P10 in the middle of that pack. Probably a dangerous place to be honest, in the first corner with Rongston just behind him. Where's Suckle? P6. P6, I would say Ringsrud is in danger. Or perhaps Suckle will take out McLaren again like he did in Spa, but let's wait and see. Bad from Binhu, expected better. Other than that, can't really say anyone's a surprise further down the field. No formation lap, of course, again. So we will go straight into the action after everyone's picked their race strategies, fuel loads. There's going to be at least, I'd say, 3 safety cars this race with the clientele involved. But they may surprise me. Who knows? Doesn't look like rain, does it? No, Bastos has left. Oh dear. I'll just invite him quickly. I think he always has issues. Anyway, let's see if he gets back in. Here we are. It is 5 lights with Junaid and Stevie on the front row, and it is away we go. And Stevie's got a dreadful start, reminiscent of last season. He's warming his tyres a little bit. This is problematic. This is not a formation lap, is it? But Stevie's gone way back. Behind the Haas, in fact, and there's 4 wide further back. Is there any contact? Yes, there is. And Stevie's been yeeted out at the first corner. And he's gone. Hopes and dreams are almost over. Anyway, here comes the Haas, up the inside of Sarikaya, into turn 3. Seems dangerous. Turn 4, apparently is an overtaking spot. He's going to go round the outside on the first lap. Not going to get it done. There is a spinner in the background. Oh, he does get it done. No, he doesn't. He just defends. Don't know what I'm talking about. Suckle's in book to P4. Absolute craziness at the start. Villeneuve gained a position in P9, mainly because of his teammate being crashed out. Sarikaya has binned it. He's spun at none. He has been sent straight through the wardrobe when he's saying hello to the Lion the Witch. Well, the wardrobe, I suppose. Can he stay in P19? Abdelhayman clearly had issues as well. Further forward, Junaid is pulling away at an alarming rate. Ringsrud on his debut in P2 will be feeling the pressure. Suckle P3. Just ramp up that pressure even more if he knew his reputation, to be honest. The 2 rebels are fighting. Sully and Tommy, very close to one another. I don't think Tommy's going to get the job done on this lap. Stranger things have happened as Binhu goes down the inside of Villeneuve. That's the job done quite nicely, as I think... Oh no, Stevie pits, but I suspect he had a bit of a crash there because there was a bit of a yellow flag. Anyway, Matthew Rongston has got past Nico Hildeman. What happened to him? He's gone down a few places. Yeah, severe problems. Oh well. Ringsrud all over the back of Junaid. And these guys have gapped Suckle. This could be a good battle as Ringsrud gets that all wrong, to be honest. And the 2 rebels are flying close to each other. Mark in the background going a little bit wide, and Tommy's going to look for a move down the inside of his teammate, but doesn't get the job done this time. Oh, the 2 rebels come very close together. There's no team orders at Red Bull. Certainly not in this race. It's Mark all over the back of Filippo. A slight lift Further forward though, Ringsrud is going for the move. He's going to get the job done fairly easily. And he's past Junaid, and DRS has only just been enabled now, so he didn't have DRS there. As Junaid stays up the inside, he's going to go around the outside of turn 3. Fantastic racing from these guys. And Junaid stays in the lead somehow. No idea how he's managed that, but well done. Great racing. Sully and Tommy have got past Sokol, so he's clearly had issues. Further back, Filippo is in a sandwich, Ferrari-powered sandwich, of Wani in front and Mark just behind. Finding things very challenging. As Sokol's binned it. That's an interesting place to lose the car, but he has gone. Oh, it's just reverse. I don't know what you do here. But anyway, he's clearly struggling. We'll watch, because it could be quite interesting to see what he does, to be honest. Here he goes. What's happened? Anyway, he's having issues. He's not completely crashed, but he's almost out of the race. So, Mark up the inside of Filippo. That's a dangerous place to stick your nose. He had a go. Mark all over the back of Filippo. Look at this. You get a great view of that Mercedes gearbox. A slight lift. They will have a little bit of a DRS train as Ringsrud. It's almost certainly going to get past Junaid. Can he make it stick this time? Oh, I squeezed him a little bit. Junaid trying around the outside again. Surely not to... Oh no, they've made contact, I think, and Junaid spun round. He's had to get off the track and get out of the way, and that's ruined his race. Oh no, he's going to have to do a 3-point turn. Unbelievable for Junaid. Oh dear. Naughty, naughty. Reset to track. To be honest, I had a lot of respect for Junaid, and it's all completely gone, because nobody likes to cheat. Talking of cheaters, the two Red Bulls are breach of the cost cap again, no doubt. And Tommy is all up in the rear of Solly. He's going to have to get this job done very quickly. Does he send it into the end of the DRS zone? Not this time. Two teammates are also close together, of Reese and Mark. The Rossier lets a few people by. Isfod trying to cut back and get through as well. Rossier clearly having problems. CH Machine has been hounded by Matthew Rongson, who's currently in P13. He did claim he'd get his first podium today. If you ignore the top 10, he's almost got it. As Tommy has got past Sully, could be team orders, we missed that. I apologise. Here comes Rongson on the inside of CH Machine, cuts in front of him, very close to the braking zone, but all fine. And Rongson streaks away in search of that first podium. He's got work to do. CH Machine is coming back round the outside. Can he hang it? Is he going to send it down the inside of turn 3? No, no, no. Oh, can he overtake him into turn 4, which apparently is an overtaking spot? No. Oh, got a little bit of a tap there from Junaid. Junaid obviously got pace, should be in the lead. So he'll be one to watch throughout this race. Don't mind getting the elbows out, these drivers, as Vries is all over the back of Villeneuve, who's all over the back of Binu, who's all over the back of Wani, who's reasonably close to Filippo. What a train. Junaid past CH Machine in the background. An unorthodox place. Clearly showing much more pace than his position. Look at this train. So Wani has just about clung on to DRS. Further back though, Vries will fancy a move on Villeneuve. Does Villeneuve fancy a move on Binhu? Nico Hildeman's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings on lap 6. As the train concertinas again. And no moves on this lap. Oh, further back though, we saw in the background Matthew Rongson and Junaid going hammer and tongs. Rongson on soft tyres and Junaid on mediums. Speaking of which, we've not looked at the tyres yet, so that could be a good thing to do. 6 laps in, a little bit late, sorry guys. As you can see, quite a wide spread of tyres. A lot of softs, a lot of mediums, a lot of hards. That basically tells me none of them have a clue what they are doing. No disrespect intended, because I don't either. Binhu almost loses it, maybe pushing a little bit too hard there, and Villeneuve is going to send it down the inside of Binhu. Lovely stuff from the Aston Martin driver. Can they keep it clean? Binhu hanging it around the outside. Villeneuve keeps his car there. He's got the outside line for this corner. Can he keep it on the track? No, he backs out of it massively there, and he was very, very scared, clearly, of being absolutely sent off the track. That's allowed Vries to get very close to him. And I don't know when the soft tyres are going to go off, to be honest, but Vries will be sniffing an opportunity there, but I don't think he's going to get it done. Further forward, Binhu looking for a move on Wani. He's going to get this one done, I think. He's going to have to be very, very late on the brakes. Wani tries to hang it around the outside. Wani's gone off the track, has he? No, Villeneuve goes around the outside. He's now got the inside line on Wani. It's getting very, very dangerous. Two Ferraris are ridiculously close to one another behind as Villeneuve brakes late. Very brave, soft against hard tyres. Who's going to come out on top? Villeneuve still side by side almost, but no, Wani sort of cuts him off a little bit. Villeneuve is really desperate to get past Wani, but can't overtake here. This train is the one to watch, as Ringsted has been slowly reeled in by the two Red Bulls. Not one of the Red Bulls. Sully's dropped off significantly, and Filippo's all over the back of him, to be fair. Further back, Sinead's going to get his spot here. No, his spot's going to hit Rossi, I mean. Good move. Villeneuve is being hassled. It's almost some kind of sick joke seeing two Ferraris behind him, with him being a Ferrari driver over the past sort of 4 seasons or so. But the switch to Aston Martin. It's now in a green car. Stays behind these two battling ahead. Maybe conserving his tyres, but his strategy, CH Machine and Matthew Wrongson battling again. CH Machine comes out on top this time. DRS assisted, no doubt. Oh no, Matthew Wrongson's having a look. Can I get him into turn 4? His famous move. This is actually turn 3, I think. I'm trying to count them in my head. 1, 2, 3. This is turn 4. Can he get the job done into turn 4, as he said in the pre-race chat? No. Sadly not. Further forward, Villeneuve is still in this scrap. He's going to be stressed after this race. He's got nowhere to move. He's got to stay stuck, rammed in between these drivers. Oh! Squeaky bum time for Villeneuve and Wani. Wani got a little bit caught out by, I think, Binhu's braking. Wani had to brake early, and Villeneuve almost wasn't straight in the back of him. Normally one of the most cautious drivers, and yeah, almost completely smashed into Wani. But I think they managed to avoid any sort of serious damage. But that has allowed Binhu, Wani, my apologies, to get past Binhu. And now Wani leads the train on his hard tyres. No safety cars yet, which is interesting. Matthew Wrongson has gone into the pits on lap 8. As Bastos is being overtaken by CH Machine. Further back, Sarikaya and Abdelrahman have come together at turn 1. And the man on the tannoy before the race did say you'll see a lot of incidents at turn 1, and that is the first one. I think that Abdelrahman's probably letting him pass there. Not sure what happened, but that feels like a sporting gesture. Vries practically kissing the backside of Villeneuve's car. Could not get any closer if you tried. He's going to send it. Here comes Vries. Oh no, no dive bomb. But Villeneuve's got scared, and it's allowed Vries to go through. I don't blame him, to be fair. He did intimidate him, as Carlos Sainz would say. And better to stay in the race behind Vries than out of the race completely. So that's allowed 2 trains to form instead of the one long one that we've seen. And I've got 2 little ones. Villeneuve's going back at Vries. Is he going to send it? No, not this time. It's now in a Ferrari sandwich, which is indeed a sick joke, as CH Machine and Bastos still battling like crazy. Sinead all the way around the outside, and now it's the inside of turn 3. No, turn 2. Turn 1, 2. I'm getting confused which is turn 4, just based on what Wrongson said. This is now turn 5, isn't it? So Wrongson reckons you can overtake into the corner before this. I'm not convinced. Turn 5 is more possible, but still insane. Anyway, nothing like a bit of pre-race confusion. Binhu and Wani now in that train with Filippo leading the charge. As Vries is head of the other train and is desperately trying to reattach the carriages to get DRS on this next lap, and he may have just done it. Great work from Vries on this lap. He needs it desperately. So if we look at ERS, oh, he does need it. Very low. Alarmingly, Filippo's got loads of ERS, which is very interesting, and I think they have managed to reattach themselves to this train, so we have a 6-car train again. As Tommy PLR still kind of reeling Ringsrud in, but Ringsrud on his debut looking very good for the first win of his career. The man who started P2, Stevie, has pitted and is in 18th place. There's been a spinner. Or a slow car in the Rossier. And look at this, how slow he is. See, its machine just goes completely around the outside of him. Where does Bastos go? He doesn't know where to go. Oh, and Sokol's lost it. Sokol's binned it. Safety car's been deployed. There's safety car number 1, who pits. Who can pit. So the leaders are just going around to pit now. If Nico Hiltonen pits, he may get lapped. So probably wouldn't pit this lap. I'd go around again. I don't know if we saw Sokol's car there. I didn't, but I was trying to. But anyway, Nico Hiltonen probably shouldn't pit yet. Wise move, because you don't want to get lapped. So pit next lap. That's when you pit. So the leaders will certainly pit. Yeah, so there goes Ringsrud. There goes Tommy Pilar. And here comes Sully, who won't have to double stack because he's significantly behind Tommy. Filippo's going to pit as well. Does Wani pit? No, he's on the hard tyre, so he may as well stay out. So Wani is going to take the lead of this race. Minu pits, Vries pits, Viano pits, Mark pits, Isfod pits, CX Machine also pits, Junaid stays out. Bold move. Oh, CX Machine, does he pit? Sorry. Yes, he does. Bastos in, the Rossier in. Oh, the McLaren's double stacking, that's nasty. And, yeah, but Wrightson's not going to get round. Sorry, my bad. Wrongson's not going to get round. As CS Machine gets a penalty for speeding the pit lane, which is pretty diabolical. So Wani and Junaid have been very, very brave and stayed out. Wani I can understand more than Junaid because Wani's on the hard tyres, but Junaid probably would have pitted there for the hards, as everyone else in the world has done. Ooh, that was looks like a little bit of an incident there. As the safety car almost caused a bit of carnage. That would have been a laugh. Istfod has gone on to the... sorry, it's surprised me so much I've lost my voice. Istfod, that's his real name, has gone to the soft tyres. That's what surprised me. It caught me off guard there. And not sure what happened to the voice. It just went back 15 years. But either way, Stevie's also pitted. He's onto the soft tyres. Softs. Surely mediums. Maybe next lap, I suppose, he goes on the mediums, but risky. Wani leads the race. I think it's his first time leading the race, as Junaid has obviously led a race before. Ringsrud has been leading this race and is in sort of net P1. Tommy PLR looking good in P4 on the mediums. And further back, Filippo, Binhu, Sully, all quick drivers. Don't count them out. Vries, Villeneuve and Mark still in that train. Can't get away from each other. And Istvod on the soft tyre. So there will be one more lap, I think, of this safety car. I don't know whether Stevie will pit, because he won't want to lose touch with the train, but I feel like you've got to, unless you're banking on another safety car, I'm not sure, but tough call. We'll see. But you don't want to lose touch with the train, and that's what he's thought, I think. He just wants to catch up with this train. And go from there. You know, the aggressive strategy. Might be able to get the softs 20 laps. That'd be impressive. Through the field as well. I think certainly if the safety car's not in this lap, he'll pit for mediums. I think. So position changes. There we are. 1 up 12, but don't forget he's not pitted yet. Same as Junaid down 1, also not pitted yet. So, yeah, they're 4 after that, especially Bin Hu. What a recovery. Essentially up 10 places, if you discount the first 2. Impressive stuff. Who have had the nightmares? Well, Stevie, CH Machine and Sadekaya. Dreadful. No other word for it. There's, I don't think the safety car's been called in yet. Because he's still there. All safety cars in this lap's a massively late call. Oh my word. Is that where it's called in? Dear me. Anyway, that's caught everyone by surprise. What's going to Wani going to do? He's going to catch the safety car. He's going to have no choice but to catch the safety car. Has he gone now? That's... Oh no. Now he's gone. Right. So Ringsrud now all over the back of Junaid, and the safety car's caught everyone by surprise. I think everyone's expecting another lap there, and Ringsrud looking like he's going to send one down the inside. Further back, Bin Hu's pretty close as well. Ringsrud not going to get the job done. Neither's Bin Hu. Further back though, Istvad down the inside of Mark. Gets the job done on those soft tyres. Stevie is up a few places as well. Sarakaya has had an even worse race because he's now last and spinning around and stuck on that curb. I think you can reset to track if you're stuck on a curb. So that one we will allow. But earlier, whoever did it, Junaid I think it was definitely not stuck. Wani leads the way. Tommy PLR has just got past Ringsrud. Looking quick. Ringsrud almost lost the car there. Oh my word. Look at this, guys. 3 wide. Absolute scenes. As Junaid tries to hang it around the outside of Ringsrud. Doesn't make it stick, but he's now got Filippo and Bin Hu for very close company. Filippo around the outside. Surely not. Can Filippo make it stick? Still around the outside again. What a move from Filippo. Absolutely fantastic. Around the outside in sector 3. Lovely stuff. Very brave. Could have easily been centred to a wall there, but well done, Filippo. Gets the job done. Further back, Villeneuve all over the back of Vries. So Wani's dropped down almost inevitably. As Villeneuve down the inside of Vries. Vries tries to hang it around the outside. What's happened? We don't know. Villeneuve's lost a load of positions. Not sure what happened there. Oh no, he's obviously got that corner all wrong and he's lost about 3 or 4 positions, and now the other Ferrari's all over his backside. Mark round the outside of Villeneuve. 2 of the cleanest drivers in Ero. Look at this further back, they're 2 wide as the McLaren spins on his own. Rossi has lost it. Oh, Villeneuve's gone as well. It's all going wrong. What's happening? There's oil on the track at turn 5. Oil on the track at turn 5. Get the flags out. Get the slippery flags out. As Villeneuve comes onto the track in front of Nico Hiltonen, and he tries to catch up the main train again. Further forward, we've completely lost track of what's going on. Filippo, there's cars everywhere. There's cars everywhere. Istvad and Junaid have gone completely off the track, and they've used the wrong circuit. We're in Barcelona. They've tried to go to Madrid. Unbelievable scenes after the safety car restart. We don't know where to look. There's a train here. 4 cars. Vries, who's looking very, very pacey after this restart. He's going to pick up the pieces from Bin Hu and Wani, who are side by side. Bin Hu got the inside line. Is he going to send it on Filippo as well? He's going to probably have to defend. Here we go, 4 wide into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? Further back, there's another collision. Stevie looking like he's spinning, but no, he's kept it. I think kept it on the track. Junaid retires in the bits. He's had enough. Bad race for Junaid. Leaves the session. As Vries gets past Wani, who's clearly struggling on those tyres now. Was it a good thing not to pit? Perhaps not. Villeneuve goes backwards further. Currently in P16. Bin Hu, this is the man who's only going forwards. Now to P4. Just behind Filippo, who's lost touch with the two in front. He has been having to defend from this bullet train behind him. Look how close Vries is. He's not scared of following people around these corners. Tom PLR sets the fastest lap of the race so far, and Vries has got a fantastic exit. Talking of fantastic exits, Sully already passed Wani, as is CH Machine. Mark fancies it as well. Not this time. But Wanny clearly struggling, praying for another safety car. Should have probably pitted. And regretting that action, he's lost 7 places in about 2 laps. Which is pretty shambolic. Stevie on these soft tyres. How long will these last? Not sure they'll go to the end. He'll be praying for a safety car as well. The Ferraris are very good at following cars, aren't they? As we see Mark right behind Wanny, desperate to get past this tremendously slow Alfa Romeo. He's got to send it into this corner, you feel. Will he dive down the inside? Oh, he sort of half commits, and Wanny's turned in on him. Oh, that was nasty. And Wanny's lost it, and Mark's round the outside. What a move. Wanny's struggling. Look at Stevie. Oh, Wanny's gone a little bit wide. What does Stevie do? He's got to back off a little bit and just get him on the straight. Here comes Stevie, the experience. Oh, he's almost gone into the back of Wanny. It took a very wide berth. And it's easily past Wanny, and Wanny is going backwards and struggling, and there's changes everywhere as CH Machine gets past Sully and Binhu gets past Filippo, but Filippo is not giving it up and he's down the inside of turn 3. Sadly, he's had to concede that position, and Binhu now at P3 in the podium places. Great recovery. Meanwhile, Steve is on a bit of a moment after a purple sector 1. Little bit scary. Pushing a touch too hard. Desperate to recover. Hassling the Ferrari. As Filippo not giving up on P3. All over the back of Binhu. Won't send it here, it's too far back. As we see his teammate, CH Machine, and Vries. Oh, Vries has almost absolutely sent him. And again, I mean, they're not scared, are they? They're not scared of rear wings, the Ferraris. Dangerously close. As a result, Filippo's lost touch, distracted behind. And Vries and CH Machine past Vries. And now he chases down his teammate. Will his teammate do anything? No, because his teammate's going for a move on Binhu, and he's got the job done. So more change of positions, and Stevie gets past Mark as well. So overtaking is not a problem into turn 1. It's just every other place where it is. Wanny now pits, bites the bullet and says, oh, I've had enough of these tyres. They're about to explode. 18 laps in. He's now onto the mediums. Until the end of the race. CH Machine now all over the back of Binhu. Look at this for racing. What a race this has been. These 19 laps have flown by. Sinead's joined. God knows why. Just wants to get in a little bit of the action. Watch it live. We can see Binhu hassling Filippo. Can't get the job done here as they stay at line of stern. Through sector 2 and the start of sector 3, which is as expected really. You can't really overtake in these places. It's all about turn 1. Filippo doing well for ERS. Binhu doing even better for ERS. CH Machine struggling. He's been pressing that button too much. He's been getting greedy. That's Binhu down the inside of Filippo. This battle will help the ones behind as they go side by side and losing time. As a result, CH Machine gets in on the act. CH Machine does go around the outside of both of them. Is trying. Binhu just on the inside of Filippo. Where does CH Machine feed into this? He has to slot in behind as Binhu and Filippo still go side by side. And Binhu's lost it. There might have been a little bit of contact there. And Binhu's had to spin round in the middle of the track in front of everyone in the world. And he's dropped down to P14. Very, very sad indeed. That's released the Mercedes. Both Mercedes. CH Machine on mediums, Filippo on hards. Will there be team orders? Only time will tell. But Vries is very close behind, so that'll be a dangerous game to play. But they're good at playing dangerous games. ERS wise though, no, they're quite level now. Filippo's been eating all his sweets this lap. Oh no! CH Machine's gone very wide and Vries has slipped by. But CH Machine's got much better exit as a result. It's probably going to get him into turn 1. I can't say that was tactical. It was a massive error. Stevie somehow is up to P6, but he's on the soft tyres and they won't last another 12 laps. They can't. They'll explode. Vries keeps the position. And he's still pretty close to Filippo. Beautiful camera. As we watch CH Machine try around the outside of Vries, and Stevie is going to pick up the pieces if there's any collisions here. Side by side. Lovely stuff. Who's going to come out on top through this corner? Stevie! Here comes Stevie around the outside of both of them. Surely not. He's just going to get Vries. Oh, opportunistic. As you like there. Saw them battling ahead and just whipped round the outside. Almost got them both. Only got one of them, but he probably is going to get CH Machine on the next straight if he really goes for it. Either or he waits for turn 1. That'll probably be the sensible thing. Yeah, stay sensible. Let's not go too crazy. One at a time. Pick them off. And that's how you win championships. Tommy PLR just about keeping the gap in front to Ringsrud. But that will change as the tyre wears. Ringsrud on the halves, of course. So he'll be better at the end of the race. As Stevie is going to send one down the inside of CH Machine here. He's actually got the outside line. Can't really see what's happening. He's had to yield. Still in P5. Vries very close behind. CH Machine looking for him on his teammate. Doesn't really have to look behind too much. Not going to get the move on there. Abdelrahman's very, very close to Bastos. But again, not going to get the move done. Not this time. Another big train. And Matthew Rongson's not too far behind to connect an even bigger train. Filippo the cork in the bottle. Goes defensive. CH Machine had to take a little bit of avoiding action there, and Steve is right up his gearbox. As a result, as Filippo looks like he's struggling now. CH Machine tries to go round the outside, takes a very different line to Filippo. Stevie, can those tyres stay with him long enough to get past these two? And how long will they stay with him? That's the question. As Stevie is past CH Machine, can he get past Filippo as well? Yes, he can. He's overtook two drivers, both Mercedes, on one straight. And he's up into P3. What a recovery. CH Machine's lost it somehow. He's had a moment, clearly. I did see him get a penalty for track limits, so obviously gone over the white line somewhere. Somehow Steve is in P3. Unknown how that happened. Unbelievable. After his first lap incident. Oh, talking of incidents! In the background there, CH Machine is clearly having problems. The two McLarens changing places. Probably team orders. And Rongson has indeed caught the back of this train. Let's see what he can do. As I say, he's going in for his podium today. It's not quite worked out. But it is a long race, and there's a long way to go. And he's just caught the back of this very long train. It's like a freight train. Look at that. There's a gap forming with Sully and Vries, but I don't think that gap will stay there. As Vries just close in again. And Sully is just about within that second. No moves on this lap. The train is just trundling along quite nicely. Meanwhile, there's a spinner in Sector 3, and it is Nico Helpman. I'm not sure if he's been lapped yet. I don't think he has. So, fair play. Safety car would be nice right about now. Because I think everyone would pit. Potentially. CH Machine and Rongson. Somehow side by side. Through an unorthodox place. As you can see, the gap that the two leaders have pulled just on the minimap on the right hand side. Going around Sector 3 now. The Red Bull and Ringsrud not too far behind. He's losing a little bit of ground, but anyway, closer to the action. Mark and CH Machine are going side by side. CH Machine goes round the outside of Mark. Rongson's there to pick up the pieces. If it all goes wrong, Mark getting squeezed, but does he have the bottle to stay on the outside? Yes, he does. And CX Machines had to yield as Villeneuve spun and Ronson pits. Okay. Maybe 16 lap old tyres wouldn't have made it to the end. Stevie had to pit, of course. We said he would at some stage. Villeneuve did have a spin. Someone's lost it. It's the Rossier. No safety car. Was off the racing line, but Nico Hülkenberg somehow found him. Yeah, Rossi's not had his best race. Truth be told. The racing P4's doing well. But look at the up 8 places. Impressive. There's quite a few big gainers and big losers today. The grid is all mixed up. Qualifying doesn't really matter, to be fair. There's your penalties. Wani, Nico and CX Machine all on 3 seconds. And like I say, I think towards the end, assuming there's no safety cars, Ringswood could reel Tommy in with the varying tyre wear. But for now we'll watch with Vries because he's reasonably close to Filippo for the podium spot. But I don't... Excuse me. Ugh. It's not that boring. I'm just tired. Long week. Yeah, but Vries and Filippo with that safety car, they're not going to catch Ringswood and Tommy. That's almost a certainty as Mark gets close to CX Machine, but not close enough. Who else is close? Is Fodon Wani perhaps? This could be a move for P14. So Isfod goes defensive. Wani's going to have to go around the outside, but Isfod's cut back across the racing line, which I think he's entitled to do. So we're a little bit deep into that corner, and we've got another spinner. Sarikaya's lost the car again. And McLaren have had one of the worst races in their history. In sunny Spain today. It's a shame it's not rained. We don't want rain in F4 though. That would be an absolute disaster. Or not, who knows? It's a lottery, isn't it? So we'll take the chances. My noise is going weird. It's going to give me a stroke or something. Well, hopefully you can hear better than I can, but I'll just put one ear on for now. That will save me. But here comes Mark. Not close enough to CX Machine. And it's all sort of settled down a little bit now, which is a crucial time for Nico Hülkenberg to bin it in a wall. So you just wait and see if that comes true. Stevie gets past his teammate Villeneuve. It looks like team orders. Stevie on the 2-lap old softs and Villeneuve on the 15 old lap medium hards. Stevie absolutely flying. So yeah, right decision from the Aston Martin boys to switch them around. Maybe they'll switch them again later if Stevie can't get a point, but what is the point? Anyway, Sarikaya's is retired in the pit lane. So sadly, no safety car, but he's had enough for today. Like I say, poor race for McLaren. It's kind of a mini train still. A little bit behind this lot. Forming up behind CX Machine. But this is the one to watch. Reese versus Filippo for the podium place. Again, just a little bit too far back this lap. Mark and CX Machine are going side by side. I think Mark's got the job done. Stevie's has another fastest lap. He's now 4 seconds ahead of his teammate in 1 lap. Stevie does get past Binhu quite easily. He's absolutely flying. So what's the best Stevie can do then? 5 seconds behind Bastos. Well, we've just seen he can eat that up in 1 lap. So could he get P4? Could he get P3? All those cars ahead. Can Stevie get a podium? That would be alarming in 5 laps. Well, if he does, fair play. Pop that wing open. Dive down the inside. Here we go. No. Boring. It's almost like having Boyman back. Boring Boyman, of course. Where is he actually? Is he even racing this year? He was always a laugh. CH Machine with a no battery, trying to overtake Mark with maximum, well, 50% battery, but he's going to get it done. Oops. The CH Machine does get it done. There's a lot of drivers that I don't really like this, but it's probably fine. That when they're past the driver, just before the braking zone, they cut back across the racing line, which I personally think is quite dangerous. Because, you know, everyone's set to brake at a certain point, and then suddenly you've got a car in front of you. You've got to brake quite significantly earlier to not smash into the back of them. And if that's quite a sudden late move, it's quite difficult not to tap them. And personally, I think they should be penalised if it's very close. Because it's kind of moving in the braking zone, but it's moving just before the braking zone, and it's a little bit naughty. People don't do it maliciously, they're just not, well, they're not F1 racers, are they? Neither am I, but we're not professionals, we do it for fun. People make mistakes, and that's what makes it interesting. Speaking of interesting, here comes Nick de Vries, who is, of course, an F1, well, sorry, was an F1 driver before he was very harshly sacked from AlphaTauri, but he just joined us in the Ero instead, so I think that's a much better choice than driving for the AlphaTauri team as Stevie gets past Bastos pretty quickly. And there's a yellow flag, as I think Nico Hildman is getting out of everyone's way expertly because he's been lapped. What a nice guy Nico is. I mean, if there was Sporting Person of the Year award, you know, look, he's like 40 seconds down, a lap down, and he just nicely slides out of everyone's way, you know, just here to have fun. What a legend. Love the man. Hopefully the game gives him a fast car one day. Steve's probably the man to watch for the long term in this race, but very, very short term watch Reese. Because he's saving his money, he's saving a lot of battery. Wow, my word, 75%? Filippo's on 20, so he's going to make a lunge on the last lap, which is probably smart. Stevie, down the inside of another driver, Abdelrahman. How far can he go? Podium's on, you know. It's, I know there's, what, three laps, 2 laps? 3 laps. Yeah, 3 laps to go. Podium's possible. It's pushing it, let's be honest, it's pushing it a lot, but you never know. As Vries is going for the move, around the outside of Filippo, turns in way too early. Almost taps Filippo and does a little pit manoeuvre, but managed to avoid contact. That's allowed Sully to get very, very close. Stevie behind Mark. Mark is a sensible driver, so I think Stevie will get past with no troubles. You know, you can't defend really 19-lap-old hards against 6-lap-old softs. Very challenging. But of course, you can't overtake in places like this. It's going to have to be into the next corner. That's the problem. There's only a few overtaking zones. Once he's past Mark, he's going to catch the back of the train very quickly, and he's past Mark already. He's going to have to brake late. Around the outside, he's got this job done. Mark surely got to give this up, but no, he's going to get the switch back. Lovely, lovely stuff. Obviously, tyre differential is huge, but Mark's doing well. Great defence. He's not only defending turn 1, but this is great defence in the meantime, and it's helping probably the guys ahead stay away from Stevie. CH Machine's lost it. He's lost it. That's surely a safety car, but no, it's too late in the day. Where on earth has CH Machine been it there? On the left somewhere. We missed him. He was on the left. So CH Machine lost it. That was very unexpected. Stevie did get past Mark. Oh, Stevie's lost it. He's binned it. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. He was on for a ridiculous podium. Had he kept it out of the wall, but it's all gone wrong. He's back down to P9. Absolutely diabolical stuff. He'll be very annoyed at that one. Meanwhile, further forward, it's really spicing up between Filippo, Sully and Mark. No, Vries. Get the two Ferraris confused. And Ringsrud on his debut is closing in on Tommy PLR, as we did expect. Tommy's got a lot of battery in reserve, so Tommy's probably got it covered on the final lap. Now, always interesting in F5. Always interesting. What a race this has been again, as these guys approach the final lap. And surely Filippo's got to give it absolutely everything to get past Reese at turn 1, because that is the corner. That is the chance, as Ringsrud is really closing on Tommy, but he needs to get within that second within the next DRS zone to have any chance at all, or hope that Tommy bins it on his own. But P2 on your debut, fantastic. As Filippo goes for the move down the inside of Reese. Reese needs to hang it around the inside, outside desperately. Filippo gets a little bit of a switchback. He's going to go around the outside of turn 3 into turn 4. Can he get the move done? This will be a complete full send if he does. He's decided not to, and Sully is going to sniff any opportunity, and he could pick up a podium here if these guys tangle. It's looking unlikely, as we have a spinner in the background, or Nico Edelman letting everyone by again, so fair play. We will come back to this battle. Oh, they're going to... Well, we're going to have to miss the win. I don't think they're going to get moved on. So here comes Tommy. Oh, he's taking the mickey a little bit there, as he wins the race, and Ringsrud just behind. P1, fair play to Tommy. Ringsrud P2 on the debut, fantastic stuff as Reese rounds the final few corners. It's Abdelrahman and Mark. Mark's gone backwards. Oh no, Bastos has got round the outside. Great move. Been here and Stevie side by side as well, as Reese just get the final podium position. Filippo P4, Sully P5. Bastos is going to go in. P6, 7 and 8 are tied up, but who is going to get this final position? Stevie and Binhu cross the line. 9 and 10 with Villeneuve. P11 with penalties, of course. Matthew Wrongson. Oh, that was wrong. This is the English version of Apo. Absolutely pinpoint accuracy. Ridiculous. Driver of the day, according to the game, is CH Machine. Cannot disagree. Well, I don't know, actually. Let's have a look where I finished. I can't remember. We'll skip the podium, even though it's some people's first. Apologies to Ringsrud for that. CH Machine, why is he driver of the day? So I changed my mind. I do disagree with that. He's gone from P8 to P16, and he's got driver of the day. Can anyone fathom that? What on earth is the game doing giving CH Machine driver of the day? No disrespect to him. He's normally a good driver, but today he's had absolute shambles and 3 lap down. Anyway, good win for Tommy. Well done, mate. Vries from P12 to P3. Shouted him as well as Ringsrud on his debut. P2 for Haas, carrying the Haas team. Wrights in P12, getting no points for the 3rd time in 4 races. Never mind, at least someone got a podium from Haas. Filippo P4, solid drive as it was with Sully. Bastos has done well, 16th to 6th, 15th to 7th, and 17th to 8th. Mark and Abdelrahman. Binhu, 14th to 9th, not too bad. And Stevie, who could potentially have got that podium if he didn't have that little spin, or at least certainly 5th or 6th. P10. Villeneuve, no points again. Disappointing. We'll quickly run through these incidents. If anyone wants them removed, I think we'll probably caught them all there. Terminal damage for Wani and, of course, CH Machine terminal damage. But, of course, he got driver of the day despite having terminal damage on his car. Anyway, it's been another interesting and exciting race in Ero F5. Please do join us again in 20 minutes for F4, where you will see me hopefully do better than last season, where I binned it before turn 1. Not my fault, of course. Just cars in front. But if you qualify in pole, that doesn't happen, which will never happen for me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. You can't not enjoy this wonderful tier. What a bunch of legends. As usual, though, if you didn't enjoy it, I really don't care. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.